Happy new moon in Virgo, happy Mercury direct. Also, I need to let you guys know I have a new channel. Yeah, big news. On this channel, The Spiritual Social, I will continue to upload tarot content and everything related to flower petal readings. But on my third channel, The Spiritual Cosmos, I'm going to be uploading purely astrological content. All of the videos that were related to astrology from this channel are migrating to the other one. So if you subscribe to The Spiritual Cosmos, then you will receive a notification with a clip every day all the way up until November, as I am moving there all of my astrology-based series, such as Astro Hunks, Astro Babes, Vintage Hollywood, the Opposition series. So keep that in mind. I would like you to head over there and hit the subscribe button. Do me a solid and keep The Spiritual Social, my second channel, The Eden Nearby, and my third channel, The Spiritual Cosmos, all in your subscription tabs. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get on to your reading. Hey crew, welcome to The Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi and I'll be your guide for today. Welcome to another pick a card reading on the topic of your money, your finances, your work sphere. I'm going to ask questions regarding what is going on with your career energy, what is happening with your abundance, and I'll try to give you some advice, some guidance as to what you could do to improve your energy if you are going through a pretty rough period financially or at work. So today I have a lot of good news for you guys. We are out of the Mercury retrograde. Mercury has just gone direct. At the same time, the new moon in Virgo is taking place. The moon has renewed itself. This is an optimal time to begin new things. Go forward with your plans. The retrogrades are behind us. Well, the personal one anyway, because we have wrapped up the Venus retrograde, the Mercury retrograde, but we still have the outer planetary transits of Saturn, Uranus, Pluto still in retrograde. So those tend to affect the collective on a bigger, wider societal level, but Mercury and Venus retrogrades, Mars retrogrades in general, they tend to affect us deeply personally in our own physical energy levels and in our own relationships. So I'm super happy to see that this energy has wrapped up, because now we will have more strength, more clarity. We will feel good about ourselves again. Our self-esteem is going to build itself back up. We have managed to let go of relationships that weren't working for us, or we have managed to kind of reorganize the way in which we think, the way in which we trade, the way in which we learn. So now it's all full speed ahead. The planets are encouraging us to go forward with our plans. So in the next 2 weeks, from the moment when I release this pick a card reading, it would be ideal if you were to go ahead with a couple of the things you were stalling on or procrastinating. I also need to tell you guys that my Patreon is going to be updated throughout the day with fresh content. By 5 p.m. today, all of the clips have been released, all of the content has been released. Thank you so much to all of the members that support me there, my patrons. You guys help me buy coffee, buy food for my cats, and buy supplies as well, so I can keep creating these wonderful videos for you. Thank you so much to everyone as well who has been commenting and liking my readings on TikTok and on Instagram. I upload almost on a daily basis there, so go check those out too. And I have another really special announcement. I have a new channel! Yay! So if you skipped over the introductory bit, conversations with you guys, and I decided that it's much easier if I have a second channel on which I can put my astrology videos. So all in all, to wrap everything up, there's a total of 3 channels that I have going on at the moment. This is going to be a channel solely for tarot and other esoteric card readings and all sorts of experiments I'm going to do with flowers and smoke and Bach flower essences, so on and so forth. Then I have my second channel, The Eden Nearby, in which I post personal vlog content, meditations, and all sorts of other chill kind of environmental things. I post clips, I make shorts with animals because I really want to make memories of this beautiful planet as long as we will keep having it in this state. And then on my third channel, now you are only going to get their astrological content. Be mindful that if you subscribe in this period, you are going to receive a clip every day until November, because I had to move all of my other clips to the other channels. Yeah, you will get a notification each day. I hope that's not annoying. Maybe some of you who would like to support me can head over right there and hit the subscribe button. You will be notified whenever a post comes in. I have another announcement to make, but this will come 2 days from now. I'm going to release a pick a card reading on love, so check that out. I have a very special service coming up for you guys as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. I'm not going to keep you waiting too long. This introduction is already very long. I have 3 options for you here today. Affirmations that are related to going out into the world and doing things, activating our more dynamic, competitive energy, but also putting some compassion into it. So I have here for group 1, I make. For group 2, I keep. And for group 3, I share. I have already pre-shuffled your tarot and oracle cards. All the decks I'm using are linked down below. Thank you to people who have gifted me decks. I treasure them so much, and my collection is already at 181, I think, decks. So this wouldn't have been possible without your support, crew. I love you so much. Let's get into your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to a pick a card reading on what's going on in your career, what's going on with your finances. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the I make affirmation. So I can see that you're an individual that is very confident in their skills. You are somebody that really wants to do something pragmatic to achieve tangible results, but I'm picking up on annoyance and frustration. You feel like you may be blocked, like there could be obstacle upon obstacle in your career. Let's see the cards that you got. So what we have here, first of all, your tarot cards are the Sun blocked, unhappiness, feeling like you're stuck in the dark. The 7 of Swords. Oof. You feel like somebody stole something from you, like you were betrayed, like in a competition you were the one that lost because the opponent stole something from you. It was unfair. I also see here the 8 of Cups. Needing to regretfully walk away, no longer wanting to put up with something because it's just too much and you are at your wit's end. The 3 of Wands, no longer wanting to explore, no longer being interested in growing. You are completely sinking all of your ships. And then we have the Chariot. Oof. Still, the energy is moving you forward towards victory, towards success. There is a big conflict here between what you want to do and what, like, the divine is pushing you towards doing. There is a stubbornness. You are resisting this change. This change is fated. The Chariot is a really positive card. The 2nd major arcana in the set that dropped to the table. But you might be reluctant to move forward because you could be low-key depressed. There's no energy. There's no light. The light is eclipsed. It's blocked. The sun is no longer there. I'm reminded of the horror series, the horror analog series, The Sun Vanished, right? So I don't know, guys, I've been watching a lot of analog horror. I absolutely love it lately. But yeah, I think you're trying to have hope, but it feels almost like this guy. You're walking out of a coffin in order to find hope. You could be incredibly depressed due to the situation that is going on in the world right now. The economy is taking a blow due to so many disasters, so many problems. The chain of supply and orders is also disrupted due to the disasters, the wars, the conflicts in the world, and you're taking it very personally somehow. Let's see your oracle cards. Oh, I see what the problem is. Flexible, blocked. So there is a certain rigidity in the way you're thinking about how you make your money and what your skills are. You're inflexible. You don't want to compromise with anyone, and that's the problem. That's why even if the energy seems to be quite good right now in your career, you're not open to receive, you're not open to collaborate, you don't want to grow, to expand. You could be afraid of change. Yeah. We also have here financial constraint. Aha, so it could be that your income was cut in half, or things are not growing as easily as they used to. You need to put extra effort into something, and you're tired. There is a problem here, because I feel like you may have had a really positive transit in the last 2 years. Maybe Jupiter in Pisces or Jupiter in Aries has been really helping you grow without effort. And now Saturn in Pisces is kind of like boom, bringing your energy completely down, and you're wondering what's happening. I need to put so much effort for something to actually build itself up. Well, that's the whole point. You have to actually become a master at your chosen profession, and you have to put in this good work. This commitment is being tested right now. You will have success. I see here with the Chariot card, you will attain more prizes, more visibility, more income is coming your way. I mean, the Chariot, when the charioteer pulls its chariot into the Roman arena, this card is inspired by the chariot of Alexander the Great, walking back home after he had conquered one of the many territories he usually conquered. People would throw food and flowers and coins and their precious belongings to him. So that's kind of the energy that I see here as well. I mean, you are going to get there, but why are you giving up? What's the hopelessness? What's happening here, boo? You have to work on your feelings. Your feelings are blocking you from attaining true wealth, true success, because this is the moment. Momentum, grab it. Energy is moving forward, but you're like, I don't want to be carried there. I don't want to do the work. I just blah, blah. No, snap out of it, group one. You want your money? You want prestige? Wake up, take a shower, eat well, go back to it, okay? Make yourself a large pot of coffee, talk to the right people that can help you. Get some help if you're struggling with really intense feelings. It may be that something happened in your personal life. It could be that you lost somebody died, or somebody was, they had to move to another country due to a conflict, or they died in some sort of a natural disaster. And my heart goes out to you. That's never easy. But I see very clearly here that in the realm of your career, your finances, this is the moment to grab an opportunity. And yeah, look here, your final card, the super moon. Emotions are running high. You're being dragged down by your own emotions. You have to demonstrate emotional control in order to succeed. You have to be like, no, whatever I'm feeling, I'm going to stamp on it, and I'm going to focus on the task at hand, on I'm pulling my hair, on actually achieving those goals. So maybe you need to write a PhD, but you're sad because you have gone through a divorce or a breakup. Or maybe you need to fulfill certain deadlines, but you just can't be bothered because maybe you lost somebody in a natural disaster. I would strongly recommend that you take a couple of days off or a week off, or go and talk to somebody that can support you, like a counselor or therapist, or like a good Samaritan, a grieving counselor, a grieving therapist. But don't give up in the area of your career, because success is at hand. But you have to handle these intense emotions that are coming over you. Your emotional world, if you don't keep it under control, is going to be what sabotages your chances for success. Okay, so I'm here to let you know that although you have to kind of pinch pennies at the moment and live within certain boundaries, your income can only grow so much. You can only get so much exposure in your work. I feel like you're able to push forward and have a really big success, a big win. But you have to apply yourself, and you have to not allow your emotions to get the best of you. Don't allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. Use reason and logic above everything else at the moment in your career. It's just a period of time. The transits will change, but I feel like you may be having a difficult transit to your moon or to your Venus, and it really is a little bit of a pain in the proverbial tuchus, but you have to give yourself like a kick in the butt and to move forward at all odds, because once you have established yourself financially, once you have gotten yourself up the career ladder, once you got that promotion or started that business or gotten that accreditation, then you can rest and just completely process everything that has happened. Go on a prolonged holiday, or I don't know, isolate yourself for a couple of weeks from other people and process everything, all the grief and the pain and the sadness that you have been going through. But I see that in some cases it may not be something as strong as losing somebody dear or going through a big relational separation. This could be related to just ego problems coming up. You think that you are very good at something and people don't actually give you the compliments that you want to get, or the money, the large sums of money that you think should be flowing into your account because you're just yourself. But at the moment, I feel like Spirit is saying, adopt a modest approach. Learn from your mistakes, because you will only get better and better, and you will eventually get to that level where you will be the authority in your field, where people will come and ask for your advice, because you may be the only person that has a specific kind of knowledge regarding a subject or a specific skill that other people are not so good at, and you're the one that, the professional that other people need in their lives. So with a bit of a modest approach, working within certain limits, staying flexible and rolling with the punches. If there is an obstacle, that's okay. I'll get back to the drawing board and I'll come back and apply myself again. And making sure that you're not allowing extreme sadness and feelings of a hurt ego and problems related to believing in a paranoid way that everybody's out to steal from you. Try to control such feelings, because I see that you're actively blocking your opportunities for growth. I'm going to unblock this for you. I hate to see the Three of Wands blocked because I'm a Sagittarius stellium and I love this card. It's a lot about growth and exploration and travel and acquiring life experience by actually going out and having adventures. So this is what I want for you, and this is what's coming for you, Group 1. You are going to become the skilled master. That's why you were drawn to this affirmation. So I wish you the best. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed this clip. Comment down below and let me know what's happening. Please head over to my other third channel, The Spiritual Cosmos, my astrology channel, and hit the subscribe button as well. And thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Hey Group 2, welcome to a reading on what's going on in your career, what's happening to your finances. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the I keep affirmation. It seems like you're quite retentive in this period. You want to somehow preserve your savings or maybe increase your investments. You have made a sum of money or received a sum of money, and you want to protect it with a lot of knowledge and facts and information. You could be talking to people regarding what should I do with this sum of money, the savings that I've acquired. Should I invest them in particular technological developments, or should I go to the bank and think about maybe putting them in a different savings account? I also feel like you could have received some gifts or some objects. Maybe you're receiving some sort of parts of an inheritance and you're wondering, what is the best way in which I can keep my money? What is the best way in which I can also keep being in the occupation that I love to be in? So there are maybe some concerns for some of you about how do I proceed forward in my career? What is the next step forward? Let's see what the cards have to say. So we have here the Eight of Wands. So things are moving forward. We have the Knight of Swords. You could be overwhelmed with all the activities that you need to be doing. The Knight of Swords talks about a certain argumentativeness, like you need to defend with your words. You may need to engage in certain debates to protect. I'm hearing here some copyright problems may happen for some of you. I also have here the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so needing to stand your ground, not allowing anybody to take from you, to try to push you around. You need to demonstrate a lot of stamina in this period. And if somebody comes at you with an accusation, you're going to have to just like put on a fight. You're going to be like, no, you can't treat me like this. You can't say this about me. Slander and defamation are not going to be allowed. I feel like you're quite combative. You're in this fighting energy, fighter spirit. But at the same time, I feel like you're quite well organized and with a good head on your shoulders. Like you're going to make a sensible decision and you're not going to be swayed by gossip or other people's maliciousness. It could be that at the moment at work you are surrounded by toxic gossip, people that just trying to maybe bring your name down or kind of attach certain negative characteristics to you, and all you need to do is like chew, 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 you know. It's like, no, pushing them away with a lot of good solid arguments, and with okay, I'm also hearing for some of you with an alibi. I'm not sure what's happening, group 2. Maybe there's a police investigation pending. But I feel that you're very determined, you're very brave, you're very well organized, and you've got the receipts, you know. Maybe it's the energy of this new moon in Virgo, maybe just the Mercury retrograde that also happened in Virgo kind of got you to focus on the details, and now you have your portfolio, you have your documentation, and you're going to court for some of you, or you're taking a stand and saying, no, this will not pass, I will continue on this road, and I will do it my way, because I know that what I'm doing is right, and I know that other people's accusations are wrong. And I feel like you're also acquiring a lot of people that want to help you. A Gemini could be very strongly on your side at the moment, maybe even a Leo and Sagittarius as well. Or you could have these energies in your chart. Yeah, I have here the 10 of Cups. You used to really love what you were doing, but at the moment it feels like there is a lull, an impasse, an obstacle. You need to overcome it in order to start enjoying again what you were doing, yeah? I feel like a lot of you are doing something out of a passion. It's like you don't really have a work-life balance because your job occupies most of your time. It's what your life revolves around. My cat tried to jump on whatever, a couch there, and she just like wasn't able to lift her bum up. So maybe you were trying to reach towards something really high and you hurt yourself on the path towards climbing there. There may be a problem here towards you aiming too high and then falling back down, and you're trying to kind of dust yourself off and kind of still keep a poker face in front of other people and not risk personal embarrassment or social shame, and you're kind of trying to maintain a composure. Let's see the oracle cards that you have. Okay, so we have here a time for healing, the balsamic moon. I also have here the angel of balance, and I have the regeneration card, and this one dropped blocked. So there is a certain energy here where you're trying to fight for something that may have run its course. There is something that has already died, it has spent its energy, and you're still trying to cling to it for dear life without allowing the darkness to completely overcome. You are meant to let something go. You are meant to acknowledge that, you know, whatever I was doing, whichever way in which I was earning my income, that has exhausted itself. I need to begin something new in my career. But for some reason, you find it very hard to let that go. Maybe it was a really good period of your life and you're resistant to change because you're afraid that you're going to have to do something that you may not enjoy, something that may make you quite unhappy. Or you're afraid to hand over responsibility to a younger generation or other people or a team of people that could help you. You're kind of afraid to pass the baton. You're resistant. You don't want to do it. But I feel like the divine is saying, you know, surrender, let it go. Let it go, because you're holding on to a dead branch in your career. It's no longer going to work. It's no longer going to give you abundance. It's exhausted. It's completed. So your energy is better spent surrendering and allowing for time and space a little bit. You don't have to actually put your life on hold and stop working, but it's time for you to kind of listen to the insights in your heart. Maybe there was another thing that you've always wanted to invest time and energy in, and now this time and energy has been created for you to take the leap forward. But instead of taking the leap forward and being brave, you are reluctant to let go of the past. I feel that the angel of balance is here to help you bring these two sides of yourself that are fighting within yourself in a state of equilibrium. You need to understand that, you know, there was the energy that you were putting into the dying phases of that project or job. You have to be honest with yourself. It wasn't making you as happy. I mean, we got the 10 of Cups blocked. I unblocked it for you to help you feel emotionally happy again in whatever it is that you're doing. But I can see that this happiness will only come about if you make a decision to change something, change a job, change the way you are earning your income, don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid to close one chapter and begin another. You will reach more, I'm kind of hearing a state of stasis, a state of equilibrium. It's not going to be a case that you will be out of work for a very long period of time, and it's not going to be the case that you will become dependent on other people's resources. But you will need to be brave enough to just say, you know what, this has run its course. I'm going to pick my battles. I'm going to let things go, and I will take a really brave opportunity, or rather I'll take a big risk and jump forward into this new endeavor. Because I think that something has already been offered to you, but you may be thinking, yeah, but that's a bit risky. I don't know. It's going to require a lot of work. Should I do it? Yes, do it. Choose the new over the old. Yeah, if you are stuck in an occupation that is no longer making you happy, quit it and get another job. I feel like a lot of you have also been training. You have a hobby or something that you've been doing on the side that's making you very happy, but you're a little bit afraid. You know, you might be wondering, how can I balance this career transition? I feel like you have to be a bit comfortable with the unknown. Great rewards are going to come to you if you put your trust into the unknown. Yeah, with the balsamic moon here. And you have to have the inner strength to just say, this is no longer working. I'm going to chop the dead branch in my career, metaphorically speaking, and I will leave something behind and walk into something much better for myself. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. Hit the like button, go over to Spiritual Cosmos and subscribe there as well for astrological content. Thank you so much. Bye. Hey Group 3, welcome to a pick-a-card reading on the topic of what's going on in your career, what's happening to your finances. So this is for those of you who are drawn to I share. This is your affirmation. So you could generally be a very generous individual. You may have had quite a good income. You felt the need to be generous with other people. You were quite giving. I feel like you give off from your energy. You put a lot of effort into whatever it is that you're doing. But I kind of am getting the energy of some bumpy problems at work. Let's just see what the cards have to say. So the tarot cards, they're showing me the 8 of Swords. So I see here you may have been deceived by somebody at work. Somebody told you something that was not true, may have gaslit you. I think that this could have been a coworker or a boss or somebody that you tried to collaborate with. The Fool, this person may have been an Aquarius. I feel that this is a person that's quite intelligent. They think they are very knowledgeable as well. And this person may have swindled you or tried to get you to do something, and you thought that there was a future in it, but it ended up just being a castle in the sky. So maybe you started a job and you thought it was progressive, it was cool, it was futuristic, but maybe this person walked away with all the money, or there were no longer funds to continue this occupation. So in the end, you're finding yourself at the moment in a lull. You don't know what to do. You don't know if there's a future in your occupation. Or there may be some sort of corporate secrets. A higher up is hiding some problems that may have happened to the corporation, to the institution in which you're working. And you're constantly being lied to. You and your colleagues, the whole collective, the whole workforce is being lied to regarding the prosperous future of this corporation. I do feel that there is a new doorway opening up for you in your career, but let's see what the other cards have to say. Yeah, the Justice card blocked. You're not being treated fairly. I'm getting the sense of, I don't know, maybe you need to unionize. Maybe you need to sign up to be part of some sort of social union that could protect your rights, defend you against the abuses of a higher up that has been lying to the entire workforce, not just to you personally. This is not personal. This is about the institutional problems, the corporate issues that have been going on for years, and now there's a wave of fresh energy hitting that workspace where you find yourself, and there are a couple of changes brought about by the transition from Pluto and Capricorn into Pluto and Aquarius. So the ground is shaking beneath your feet. You don't know what's happening. You clearly are aware that you're being treated unfairly. There is no equality. There is no sense that You may even feel like, I don't even have money to hire a lawyer to defend me. But there are ways in which a union can pay for a lawyer to defend you, or ways in which maybe you can start up a GoFundMe project and tell the world what's going on. So I don't think that keeping things secret, I don't think that resigning yourself to what is at hand is the best way to move forward. I do think that the situation requires your energy and your active involvement in order for you to kind of resolve a problem that's been bringing the whole collective down, the whole team of people that you're part of. If you are working by yourself, I see here that you try to collaborate with an individual that lied to you from the beginning, and in the end you feel that the outcome is very unfair. And it may be time for you to come up and speak up about this person so that other people will learn not to collaborate with them, not to work with them anymore. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, speak up. It's so important that you take a stand, that you speak in front of a group of people, speak in front of a collective, in front of the camera. If you have a social media platform, tell people what you've been going through, tell people what's been happening. God, I can't remember. I think it's called 2 Weeks. There is a movie with Marion Cotillard where she finds out she's going to be kicked out of the job place, and then she goes out and she talks to each person in the job place whether they should keep her on or not, because I think the employer tells her, if every other team member signs or vouches for you not to be kicked out of the workplace, we are not going to let you go. And she struggles to see that people that she goes to for help are actually afraid and they don't want to be involved, and they're not supporting her, or they're supporting her but it's just a drop in the whole ocean of problems. I forgot the name of it. If I remember, I'm going to add it below. It's a really interesting social study piece regarding workplace environments, and Marion Cotillard is such a beautiful French actress. She is excellent in whatever role you put her into. I will astrobabe her at some point on my other channel, The Spiritual Cosmos. Okay, closing that shameless self-advertisement. So there is something here about you taking a stand and inspiring people through your intelligence, through the fact that you look at the written rule, that you check the documentation, maybe your employer's contract. There is something there that protects you and you need to be aware of. Maybe sift through the paperwork with a friend, with a lawyer, with somebody that has some law or legal expertise. Because information is power at the moment, and it can give you some sort of leverage against this individual that is kind of taking advantage, not really kind of, but actually taking advantage of you and the other people that are employed. So Queen of Swords energy, use logic and reason, stay calm and collected, gather all the facts, get all the pieces of information that you need to put together a case, and then go ahead and provoke. Go ahead and stand up and let people know this is not okay. We are aware of what you're doing and we have the facts to back up our claims. I also see here the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you feel like you cannot move forward, you cannot work. It's an environment where you're just fed up, you know. I feel that even if you were to take on a different job within your area of expertise, I feel like you would come across the same kind of abuse or the same kind of problem, you know. I'm getting here a communication misled, you know, like the people that you work with are telling you one thing, but in reality they're doing something completely different. Yeah, so it's that double speak, it's that gaslighting. So I see clearly here with the Seven of Pentacles that you're frustrated. It's like, I'm working but I don't see any results. I'm working but I cannot be promoted, or I cannot grow, or you know, the cost of living is growing and my salary is staying the same and it's driving me crazy. What's happening? So I'm going to flip open this card because it's a beautiful energy. This talks about your efforts will grow in time. Your efforts will be rewarded. I'm filming this energy, this reading under the energy of the new moon in Virgo. And I feel like, you know, whatever you begin with the new moon grows and grows and exponentially grows bigger in the next 6 months. So it's going to be 6 months of power pushing through a lot of the things at work. You are going to be a little bit of a whistleblower. You're going to be a force that people come to for advice and knowledge. And you may decide to quit your job and actually do this whistleblowing, not by being part of the group of people that you are working against and trying to uncover, but you may be doing this from a distance. Some of you are going to be doing it from within. And wow, you guys are super brave. I also feel that this could be, if you're not employed, you're just studying, this could be coming clean about the behavior of a certain professor, or a person that, a provost, for example, or a chancellor, somebody that has a lot of power and they may have been misusing it. Or there is a problem here regarding the costs of your degree and how that money is being spent, on what exactly it is being spent. Because yeah, universities nowadays, it's disgusting how much they charge, you know. It's like education should be free. What's happening? Especially nowadays when we learn from each other, from our life experiences, and anybody can have a platform to share knowledge with the collective. So nothing justifies the ridiculous cost of education nowadays except feeding the 1%. Yeah, I'm getting like a really strong revolutionary vibe from you, group 3, as it should. Your oracle cards are: nothing is yet set in stone. Adopt a flexible approach. Some of you are going to have to put up with the unknown in your work, and it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you're not comfortable with being in the in-between. Others of you appreciate this in-between. You're happy that it's not a firm decision being made because you can still earn an income. The solid decision hasn't completely materialized, so maybe whatever is happening is not 100% felt as something real or as something very heavy, and it's like, oh my god, this is actually happening, you know. So there is this energy of flow, flexibility. Things are up in the air. Some of you enjoy it, others of you are fed up with the uncertainty. You want a clear answer. But the good part is that, you know, the situation can change at any point and you have control over the outcome. You can step in and say, okay, I'm going to control whatever I am able to control, whatever is falling under my responsibility. I'm going to do my best and contribute to the changing of this outcome. You do have power, yeah? And this whole reading is about you. The camera interrupted itself just as I was saying. The whole reading is about you as a common, normal person, realizing that you have power to change things. The other cards that I have for you are a leg up. So this talks about asking for help, relying on the support of another group that could defend your rights or protect you, that could give you some legal advice, some facts, some knowledge that could help you. You are not a weak individual. Nothing bad is going to happen to you if you ask for help. On the contrary, the collective can support you. It's going to be less painful to go and try to take somebody down or defend your rights, or going into a metaphorical battle with a corrupt person, if you actually rely on the support of your community, and the community is there to support you. You would be surprised how many people are willing and able and want to help you when you ask for it in a modest, kind, and caring way. People do want to help, okay? And I feel like you should be asking for their help in this period. And I also see here the action card. I have to tell you that this card dropped reversed. So this talks about a certain numbing, a certain passivity. It's like you had momentum to tackle something and now you're kind of falling back on it. You're no longer having the same kind of energy. I think that this is related to the retrogrades that put some setbacks on the path towards you finding the courage to move forward. But now that the retrogrades are over, get right back on this horse and ride into the future. I feel that it's a metaphor, I know, but I feel like you've got everything you need right now. All the resources, your energy is coming right back up. There are people willing to help you. Nothing has yet been fully decided. So there is time for you to change the course, to change the outcome of your occupation. If you have been lied to, cheated, if somebody tried to take something away from you, if malicious gossip or somebody at work has tried to slander you, it's time for you to defend yourself with facts, with logic, reason, and a calm attitude. Be a force of justice. You know, if nobody else kind of defends you, you have the power to defend yourself. And I feel like it's going to really play off for you in a really big time. Most of all because it's going to unblock your energy. It's going to help you realize, first of all, that you've got people that are supporting you. Second of all, that you're not so dependent on this occupation as you thought you were. And third of all, that you do have power. The power to affect a small change that could have ripple consequences on affecting bigger, larger structural changes, yeah? I also feel that some of you may want to talk to the media about what is happening. With the Queen of Swords here, this is about newspapers, exposure, having interviews, having really tough conversations. You're not particularly happy that you need to go out and expose somebody, or that you need to blow the whistle on somebody's nefarious corporate activities, but at the same time, you need to do it. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is not logical and rational and very strict because she wants to. She's been through a lot. Her heart is broken, but she has to take a stand and defend the weak, and also defend her weakened heart against injustices. Yeah, so this is the reading that I had for you, group 3. I'm going to end it here because there have been so many disasters during the recording of this clip today. The weather is dark. I had a lot of packages and people coming in and out of the house. It's just been mayhem. But it's normal. When Mercury switches signs, we tend to be overwhelmed. There's a lot of movement and traffic. So I hope you took good care of yourself today. I hope that you are safe and inspired and well fed and nourished, and I hope you have enjoyed this reading. Head over to the Spiritual Cosmos, subscribe to the channel as well. That's my 3rd astrological channel. Hit the like button as well. I would really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Ciao.